What's up, y'all? So, y'all already know who it is. Target individual CJBK. See, I got the boys in front of me. But anyway, so basically, something very, very, very rare happened to me at work today. So while I'm on my last delivery route, right, like 10 minutes ago, probably less than 10 minutes ago. I had 10 packages, right? 10 packages to go to this one stop. And the way I build my route up on my cart, you see the bins back there. I had that stop as the last stop, and it was at the bottom of the bin, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, 10 packages, cool. Now I get to the last spot. Now, mind you, the stop before the last stop was only 4 packages, and I carried that bin inside, and it only had 4 items in it. So I'm like, okay. So then now I get to the next stop, which is just like, literally a block and a half away. Get to the next stop, and I'm going through the remaining bins, the only bins that have bags in them. And for whatever reason, I count only nine. Never mind. So that biker that just went by, he got mad, talking about some, come on. And I'm like, well, if you look behind me, there was a walk sign, meaning he was supposed to yield anyway. Anyway, so, what's the words I'm looking for? Right, so I go to scan the packages, and all of a sudden I'm only getting 9. And I'm like, but I build my cart in a way so that was the very first or the very last stop. So I'm like, how could I be missing one if that was my last stop? So I try to go through different scenarios in my head. Maybe I put one of the bags in the wrong bin, but I'm like, that's kind of hard to believe, because in order for me to be able to deliver packages, I have to scan them. You'll get a or if it's not a package associated with that address, and then if it's not a package that's supposed to go with the address, mind you, you also take a picture of the package, and then, right before you finish, it shows you how many packages you have, and then if you look in the picture, you see more than one, then see more than the amount you're supposed to have, then that's another reminder. But the last stop I had was only 4 packages. So I'm like, how am I missing one? Now, I'm not saying, any of my coworkers could have did anything, or whatever the case may be. But when you know about job mobbing, or about gang stalking, you already know that sometimes you gotta know your surroundings, or you gotta watch your surroundings. I'm not, hey, look, it may happen to some people, maybe on a rare occasions. But at the same time, if I scanned 10 packages when I first started building up my cart, right? When I first got my route and I scanned 10 packages, and then somewhere along the way, between me putting the lid on the bin so then I could place it on my cart, or my wagon rather, and then somewhere between me doing deliveries, somehow that one bag or that one package ends up not in the bin. And it's the last 2 bins that I have on the whole wagon that still had items in it. So I'm just like, all right, whatever, but hey, at the end of the day, you don't stress it, As long as you always have been doing what's right, and you just basically You be honest about every situation that may arise. And trust and believe, if this is part of gang stalking, this is only going to be a terrible, blowback on them, because I walk in the faith of God. So at the end of the day, no matter what they think they're going to do to try to destroy my life or whatever, I'm moving on a whole different time. I'm moving on a whole different energy than they all are. So they're basically, if they think that trying to get me fired or discipline at this job is going to help them, they don't realize how God will make a way so that now, if because they thought by taking this away from you, God is going to give you something even better in return. So, hey, you just keep it moving, and you just go ahead and just, don't live in the past. Keep moving forward. All right. And remember, even if it probably was a mistake that I made, at the end of the day, you still got to keep on moving. You can't keep living in the past about a mistake that already happened. Just keep on moving. All right. Remember, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.